Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Mark's Man Cave. Today we're back on the XR2. I've employed some help from a couple of friends. I've got Kai over there, John hidden down there. Both of them helped me build the Escort Cosworth. So previously, as I said in the last video, this got pushed to one side when the Escort came back from Pate, and I decided to crack on with that. Before that, we went through spark, injectors. Injectors got sent away and got cleaned. We checked the fueling, all the earths, pretty much everything you possibly think of, and we still couldn't get it to start. Today, we're going to do it all again. We're going to check everything again, check the timing again, and hopefully try and get it started.
Right, so what John and Kai are doing here is removing the intercooler to give them better access to the wiring. Part of the engine wiring loop runs underneath the intercooler. We want to test all the wiring to the coil packs, so it's going to whip the intercooler off. So Kai's on with putting the spark plugs back in, the coil packs back in. Bugger of a job, because obviously it's a boxer engine in a Fiesta, so the rocker covers are hard up against the side of the car. I'm crawling around on the floor, no idea what I'm doing at this point, and you can see at the end John's phoning a friend.
Right, so we've been checking the spark again. Royal we, mostly John and Kai. I've been supervising. And we notice we are getting spark, but only sparks sort of once or twice, and then getting nothing else. So John's in the car now, down there. We've got the pinouts for the ECU plug, and we're just going through the 12 volts, the 5 volt feeds, and checking all the earths to the ECU as well.
So like I said, John's on with testing all the wiring to the ECU, 12 volt feeds, all the earths, all the various 5 volt feeds, the various sensors, and all appears to be good. Next here, we're going to pull the ECU out and just give it a visual check inside to make sure there's no obvious burnt connections or components within it. Past experience, having had a burnt out ECU before, you can almost tell straight away. As soon as you pop that cover, you get that horrible burnt smell of electronic parts. Looking inside this, everything looks absolutely perfect.
Right guys, bit of a recap where we're at. Been checking everything. It appears when we're cranking, we're just getting a couple of sort of sparks and a couple of pulses on the injector, then nothing after that, which sort of points at the crank sensor. So we've tested the crank sensor and that appears to be working fine. We've also tested all the wiring back to the ECU. Looks good. We've checked the ECU pinouts. We're getting the right power. We've got the right earths. So it all looks good. So it is pointing towards the ECU. As I mentioned earlier, it's got a PEC aftermarket ECU on it. Unfortunately, we don't have the lead to be able to plug it into a laptop and read it. It's a bit older, so it's got a bit of a weird connection on, not just normal USB like a modern ECU like on the Cosworth. So John has got a friend Carl. Thanks, Carl. He's going to loan us a standard ECU. John's on his way over again now. We're going to plug it in and see if it starts.
Right. Go on. And that's with no airflow, nothing plugged in there. No intercooler, no airflow meter on. Exhaust blown.
Right guys, first of all, this video I'm not sure how well it's going to turn out. It's going to be an absolute challenge for James to edit because we've done it over a few days. We've had the camera up on there looking down on the car. I've had John and Kai over who've been helping out trying to get the thing started backwards and forwards, so thanks a lot, guys. And what it's come down to in the end is the ECU. So this is the Apex ECU and Commander that was in it. We borrowed an ECU, plugged it in, and then you see from the video it started straight away. So it's definitely down to the ECU. We tested everything, as I've said earlier, on a normal standard ECU. She fires up and runs nicely. You see a bit of smoke in the video, that was the exhaust going. So bit of a sort of quandary now, and I have made my mind up. Unlike on the Cosworth videos, with the modern ECU we put in there that's connected by USB, it's connected by this sort of old school round headed type cable. The leads for these are super expensive, so you can plug it into a laptop. As you can see from the video, we opened this up and there was no obvious components burnt out and there's no smell when you opened it, and it is trying to work. We get a couple of squirts from injectors, a few sparks as I've said, but that's it. The other option is to buy a standard ECU, which are a very similar price to the cable. What I've decided to do is buy the cable. The ECU fires up, you can see it all on the hand controller, but you're very limited with a hand controller which you can actually program. So I've decided, I've ordered a cable. It's coming from Australia, strangely, with the software, and we had to get it plugged in and have a look into that ECU and see if we can adjust the settings somehow. It shouldn't have done, but maybe it has lost its settings where the car's been sat with the flat batteries for so long. Who knows? But at least we've diagnosed it. It does run. It sounds reasonably healthy. All I've got to do now, which is going to be in the upcoming videos, is try and remember how to put it all back together. Got a massive radiator to go on the front. That sort of sits around here somewhere. I've already put the cam covers back on earlier on, and then it's just bolting everything back together, interior, the full lot. So thanks for watching, guys. What does everyone need to do, James?
Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Thanks all.